Hello and welcome back to the Unbearable Podcast. And I'm here joined with Giovanni, and we have a special guest, Sean Crawford, who is actually at the Bears game today. Sean is also a big Bears fan, as you can tell from his jersey. But yeah, so Sean, how's your experience at the game?
It was good for the first 3 quarters. Everyone there, like, the energy was really good for the first. Everything deteriorated, and like it was like not getting great. There was like a lot of booing, in most of it directed at the refs. As by the end of the game, you could just feel the energy being dejected, and like when Santos missed the extra point, everyone like knew they were going to lose. And if I'm going to be honest, the two drives that were really bad was the first drive where on 3rd and 14 they ran with Montgomery for a 2-yard run. Like, that's just like not good. Like, if you're a 3-6 team, your opponent's 2-6, take a shot at the end zone. I don't care that's 3rd and 14. And then the drive before the Lions had their game-winning drive was also really bad. Because like they were just trying to chew up the clock. I don't know why they were trying to do that. Because the Lions have been carving up the secondary and the pass rush and the linebackers, especially the linebackers, like all game long. So I don't know what they were doing. But yeah, that was the rundown, kind of.
What about you, Gia? How'd you react to the game? Like, what was your emotions, reactions, all that?
Oof. I'm not happy about it, obviously. We lost to the flipping Lions. Oh, that's not a good team to lose to. But they really just set us up for the rest of the season, that we just gotta tank it. Still play well, but obviously throw the games a little bit. I don't think we're gonna. I hope we win against the Packers. I don't care if we win or lose every other game. As long as we beat the Packers once, I'll think it's like a successful season to set us up for a playoff run next year.
You go, Sean. Sorry,
my bad. But like, draft offensive line. That's one thing. Like, the offensive line is absolutely atrocious. Like, Mustafir, like, oh my, interior line especially. Like, I'm not saying the tackles are good, but the interior line is just absolutely abominable. But sorry.
Yeah. I agree with what Sean said. I think that I agree with what both of you said. I think we need to like tank for the rest of the season. Like, I mean, we're more than likely, unless the Vikings do horrible, the Lions do horrible, and the Packers do horrible for the rest of the season, I don't think we're in playoff contention at all. So I think, honestly, just try and get the best draft pick that you can, and we're really just playing for next year. And my reactions to the game, it was quite deflating to see it, because it was basically like watching a car crash that is going to happen in slow motion, and it's like there's nothing you can do to stop it. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit happy when Cairo Santos missed the PAT, because for those of you who didn't watch the halftime report, I predicted that the game was going to end 30-24, and right before like the kick happened, I sent a voice message to Gio, and I said, I wish my score prediction was gonna be right, but Cairo Santos is money, so he's gonna make this. And right when I finished sending that, he missed. It was But I think our defense, like our pass defense, needs to do a lot better. Like, we could not stop Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm pretty sure.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, we couldn't stop St. Brown, like, at all. Like, in half the time they passed the ball, like, we made Jared Goff look like Tom Brady with the checkdowns. Like, we would have people, like, wide open in short down situations, and then we wouldn't be able to tackle them in space. It was just really frustrating. But, I mean, overall, I think our offensive offense did good. I mean, it's better than the beginning of the season, so we see improvements. I mean, obviously this was disappointing from the last game that we saw against the Dolphins. We had a lot of high hopes for this game, but I mean, it is what it is. I think just basically tank, try and get the best draft pick you can get.
This in November, love it in April. These types of games.
Yeah.
So here's another thing: the Bears in the last 15 games against NFC North opponents are 4-11. So they need.
I think that says everything. Yeah, and another stat in the fourth quarter, the Bears got outscored 21-6. So I mean, you can only expect so much when you're getting outscored by over 15 points, or 15 points. So, but I mean, it was a good game for the Bears offensively. Justin Fields. Sorry, it's glitching out. I'm trying to see. Justin Fields went 12 for 20 with 167 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Which, I mean, the interception he was basically on the floor when he threw it. So you want him. I mean, there were times where Justin Fields, it looked like he was relying. I mean, it's clear to see that the Bears are just relying on Justin Fields way too much. If Justin Fields doesn't play well, we're saying, I guess we can't play today. So that's, I want that to get better because we can't just rely on Justin Fields because we're going to get him hurt. And then rushing, Justin Fields went 13 for 147 yards with 2 touchdowns, and his average yardage was 11.3 yards. And then Khalil Herbert and Montgomery both did pretty good. Khalil Herbert went 10 carries for 57 yards, and David Montgomery went 9 carries for 37 yards.
That's another thing. Have more run. I'm not saying run the ball more, but have more have the running backs run the ball more. That's another.
Yeah, I think we need to I like seeing Justin Fields run the ball because he's really good at it. But I mean, you gotta expect if he runs the ball way too much, then he's it's inevitable that he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, and he also kind of needs to work on throwing. They just need to let him do it more because they don't really let him do it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he had 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, right?
Yeah, that's what he had. I think, I mean, the 1 interception was kind of his fault, but he was also getting tackled, so you can only expect so much.
Should have really thrown that away. Yeah, but
I mean, that's what he was trying to do. It just, he was getting tackled. So, what do you think about it, Gio?
From what I'm seeing here, Justin Fields has 749 rushing yards. 749 rushing yards, which is most than every single player on our team. He has almost 1,500 passing yards, so for his rushing yards to be half of his rushing yards, it's kind of sad because we're kind of relying on his legs more than his actual arms.
Yeah.
And then Cole Kmet finally had his breakout game, showing everyone.
And then got hurt. So I mean, that's also disappointing.
We're waiting for Cole.
He kind of he cramped up because he banged his knee with somebody. I don't remember his name. Jeff Okudah.
Yeah. Jeff Okudah, I mean, it was cool to see it's not cool to see the interception, but it was cool to see Jeff Okudah pick him off, and then one of the next plays, Justin Fields run right by him for a touchdown. It was kind of nice to see that, and a little bit cool to see because I mean Justin Fields did run 22 miles an hour, 22.6 miles an hour in one of his games, so. Yeah.
For what I'm seeing here, we rushed for 2,017 yards this season. So 33% of those rushing yards came from Justin Fields, our own quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank good. Because even the Ravens with Lamar, they're trying to design it after Baltimore's offense, but Lamar threw the ball a lot. In his MVP season, he threw for over 3,000 yards and 36 touchdowns.
Yeah, because I mean, I hate to use this argument, but he is a quarterback, not a running back. We gotta rely more on his arm than his legs. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice when a quarterback can use his legs and arm, but we want to see more of his arm than his legs.
I'm not gonna specify who, but certain Dolphins fans said quarterbacks couldn't be allowed to run in the NFL last week. So yeah.
If quarterbacks couldn't run, I mean, he is a Dolphins fan. If quarterbacks couldn't run, Tua's not getting picked that high. I'm just being honest, because the most what he did in college was use his agility. So
yeah, but there you go. But the future does look okay though. Like I feel like we're in a better position than Green Bay, and I don't know. So.
I think we're in a better position than the Lions, even though we just lost them. I think we're in a better position than the Packers. I think we're in a. I think once. I don't know where the Vikings are, because once Kirk Cousins leaves, like, they're gonna be like the Colts basically, because like all the Colts needed for all those years was a quarterback, and like now they like once Andrew Luck retired, then they were like kind of like, what do we do now? I think that's gonna be the same with Kirk Cousins. Like once they don't have that like stable quarterback, they're not gonna be able to function.
The Vikings are legit this year though.
Yeah.
They just beat the Bills. So.
But I mean, they're not gonna make it to the Super Bowl, and even if they do, they're losing.
They're the Vikings.
Yeah, so they're gonna find a way.
We're last in our division right now. Even if the Packers lose, we're still going to be last because we have less division wins than the whole entire NFC North.
It's true, yeah.
That's the thing. We're last, but we play better than the Lions. We play better than the Packers. So I think even though our record's last, if the refs call that pass interference, that's 4-5, and then I mean even if we lose this game, that's 4-6. So, I mean,
the play where Kmet got hurt, I'm not sure if that would be pass interference, but it's pretty borderline.
well, I mean, he just got ran into, which happens. I don't think it was anything like wrong with it, like on the play.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Eberflus is actually. I'll give Eberflus credit. Like most games, the team has at least been.
Yeah, I think Eberflus is doing like very well for what he's been getting. I think Luke Getsy has been doing a lot better than the beginning of the year. Because at the beginning of the year, his play calls like reminded me of Nagy, where like it would be 3rd and 12, and then we run a screen, and it's like, what are we doing? Which I mean, it's a good and bad thing, because like why weren't we playing like this in the beginning of the year when we actually had something to play for? And now like that our season's basically over. Like, now he's actually, like, pulling his head out of his butt. Like, it's just... It doesn't make sense. But it could be... I mean, it was a new system. Like, you know, what you gonna do? Yeah, I think we've been utilizing him a lot more than, like, under the Matt Nagy era. So I think that's a lot better. Like, Cole Kmet has been playing a lot better. So that's good. It's fine. I mean, we'll figure it out. All right. Well, that's been it from the Unbearable podcast. I've been Nathan Cliver, and I've been joined with
Giovanni Sanchez.
And that's it. Don't forget to
Bear down.